Limini amended a motion in limine, so I wasn't able to see the original. This was given to me by Murphy in court yesterday. They allowed me to read through about halfway through section 2 and no further. This was automatically granted, therefore I was restricted by it, and because of what everything it says of what I'm not allowed to bring up, it ruined all the voir dire questions. I'm just going to read part of this real quick. Comes now the plaintiff, the state of Missouri, by and through its attorneys of record and before trial and selection of a jury, moves the court in limine to prohibit the defendant, his counsel, which I don't have, and witnesses, any witnesses, from mentioning, referring to, interrogating, concerning, or attempting to convey to the jury in any manner, whether directly or indirectly, during voir dire, opening statement, presentation of the evidence, closing argument, or at any other time or any other manner during the course of the trial, the following mentioned items. Okay, so they're saying at no point in time can I mention any of the following items, and I'm not allowed to see this or read it, and it's granted in the middle of court yesterday. Would this be happening if I had an official bar member? Clearly not. Would it be happening in any case with any intention? Clearly not. Number one, any evidence or reference to the mental condition of the defendant during the time of the events charged. Meaning, I'm freaked out, I'm scared for my life, I'm afraid and fear for being mauled right now. They're not allowing me to say that and defend myself with it. Okay, defendant has not given notice of any intention to rely on a defense of mental disease or defect of diminished capacity, obviously. Therefore, evidence as to these particular states of mind is irrelevant and immaterial and should be excluded. So, and then they, give a citation here that I can't even verify whether it's true or not, or just ChatGPT lied to the prosecutor and he filed it anyway. And of course, this is coming directly from the prosecutor and not Brennan Murphy. I don't even know if Murphy's run a trial before. In any case, saying I can't say that I felt threatened. 2, any exculpatory statements made by the defendant to any witnesses. As such, testimony would be self-serving and hearsay. My defense would be self-serving and hearsay. In support, the state cites the holdings of State versus Moore, blah, 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 to introduce this self-serving declaration that is independent of the res gestae. What the fuck is that? I said to him in the hearing, I don't speak Latin. I don't know what that is. Can you please not file words with a different language than English that I don't speak in them? And of course he granted it anyway. Parentheses, holding that defendant is not permitted to create evidence by adducing testimony of his own self-serving declaration. Holding that trial court correctly sustained objection to defendants out of court statements that were favorable or consistent with defendant's position at trial, as they were not admissions and were thus self-serving. Anything that I could use to defend myself is self-serving. I can't introduce or arguing any evidence or witness not disclosed in discovery. Well, I couldn't give him discovery because they didn't give me all of discovery. And now if they remove cop cam videos or people who live in that house, the witness, the primary only witness who saw the dog attack me, if they remove that, then I can't cross them. I can only deal with the evidence that they bring to the table. Can you imagine trying to defend yourself with evidence that only the offense brings to the table? And the judge just doesn't even look at my motions to dismiss for all the valid reasons, according to their own statutes, and grants this without me being able to read it. Now, I couldn't read past point 3. That's as far as I got. So I haven't even read any of this. Any reference to arrests, municipal convictions, alleged bad acts or immoral acts of specific allegations of immorality of the victim or other state's witnesses, as said in testimony. They don't want me to get the accusation of a legalized sexual assault in here from jail, from the Missouri Sunshine Law, from Brady versus Maryland, exculpatory, compulsory forces there that are designed to prevent this type of corruption. Let me just film the rest of these pages. It goes on for 14 points. That's up through 12. Here's up through 14, and that's the end of it. The purpose of this motion in limine is not to completely exclude the defendant's use of various defenses and strategies at trial. Oh, thanks. It actually says it's not to completely exclude my defense. Rather, it is filed for the purpose of assuring that such topics are brought to the jury's attention in the manner that the law allows. Oh, that's convenient. The law allows. The law doesn't allow you to file these charges in the first place. Never mind the arrest warrant. Oh, I can't mention the arrest warrant either, being illegal. That's in here somewhere. I read that. Should the defendant feel he is entitled to explore certain topics in a manner other than that allowed by the court's ruling on this motion in limine, the defendant is always able to approach the bench and request permission to do so. And in every instance, I have been yesterday completely ignored. The judge is sending a message to everybody in the courtroom. I'm not a human. I don't need the dignity of even being responded to. And he many times wouldn't even bother to threaten me with arrest. He would just let me keep talking to no one and not responding to me. And I'm talking about this, resisting this, trying to bring up my emotions. So just let you know, in America, they can remove everything about the statutes that says they can't do what they're doing and file a motion in limine to get you to not be able to enter anything in defense. And I'm only allowed to use what they introduce as evidence. I can't introduce anything as evidence, and then they're going to hand it to a jury and expect a jury to do anything other than... This is America, people. I could go to jail for a year today, and this might be my last one because of Judge Johnson, man. This is awesome. Woo, what a ride.